This is Jane, and we're working on her skateboard reactivity. It's pretty intense. She is fast. And so we started out by desensitizing her to noise, lowest level possible with the skateboard to where she still wanted to eat. And we did do this with just the boxes first to make sure she had an interest in it and she wasn't scared of the boxes themselves. That can happen. So here we really challenged her. I'm pushing around the skateboard, messing around with it, making noise, even having it touch the boxes. So this isn't something that we just did in the beginning. It's something that I did throughout her program. And I encourage the owners or anyone doing this at home, don't only work on skateboard stuff when it's the hardest. Now right here, if she reacts, I'm going to do pressure. You see that? So pressure straight up and I keep her moving. And then as soon as she relaxes, I relax and I let her give space and we do it all over again. Now I do use the Ecollar for corrections, but that is a small part of getting your dog to be better with something. It can include a little bit of Ecollar can help with the suppression, but then you have to work them through it. And here we're just doing it in a different spot. This is Maxine helping me because the same spot gets stagnant. So you got to change it up. And you could be doing this yourself, just making the skateboard make noise, rolling it by, just desensitizing your dog to these noises. And what I'm doing is I'm keeping her moving. She's on a very loose leash. I'm giving her lots of room to make a mistake. And now that she doesn't want to react anymore, she's just nervous. So I want to work her through her nervousness, desensitize her of the noises, and just move her around. Because she's so high-strung, she wasn't using food outside. Okay, so right here, we are outside of the skate park. This is the very first time I did this. If she reacts, you will see me do pressure straight up and keep her moving. When she looks at the skateboard and makes a good choice and doesn't react, and I am tapping low-level e-collar to interrupt her, I give space. That's her reward. Because honestly, that's what most dogs react to, or that's the reason most dogs react, is they want space. So if she behaves well, I give her that space. Then I'll challenge her. We hang out. There's not a lot of structure. I want to see how she's doing. If she looks at a skateboard and decides to not react, we give space, and I often interrupt with low-level e-collar. We're giving space from these kids, and you're going to see a reaction. So that was e-collar, but not at a really valuable level, more like a low correction. And see how I keep pressure? I kept pressure on the leash till she cared about me and the leash instead of the skateboard. And then we immediately turn and give space. I even did some turns right in front of the door here and just really challenging her, making her think that, she might go through. And then look at that. I quickly get out of there as soon as she sees those skateboards and doesn't react. Like she looks at them, doesn't react, give space. Here's a skate park that is more open. I want you guys to keep in mind that we do this regularly where the dogs, they're in the thick of it. Then they get a break. Then we take them, we do some long line work or some structured healing, and we do some duration where they can barely hear the skateboards. Then we come back and put the pressure on again. So it's pressure on, pressure off. We repeat that over and over again. And we still do little interrupters for hyperfocus. Now, what you're not going to see on the video that we did are setups. Setups are where we go after reactivity, but we don't wait till they're barking. We go after intent. If I'm too late and the dog is barking, I'll tap e-collar, but then I do the pressure. She's on slip leash. She's on a long line here, but she went home on slip leash. And I do that pressure till she settles down. But when I know her intent is to react, we will set up larger corrections to suppress emotion. But that is not going to work long term. It has to be mixed with this type of desensitizing work and to try to build her tolerance, maybe not change her perception completely. I doubt that will happen, but we can certainly go a long way into making her feel better about it. So there's really a lot of components to making this work. Please keep that in mind when you're working with your dog at home.